I am 80 years old now. My hands tremble when the rain gets loud, and my bones ache when the weather turns. But nothing hurts like memory. Some people tell stories to be forgiven. Some tell them to be understood. I'm telling mine because silence almost killed me. And because the man I married at 21 taught me something no young woman should ever learn too late. Not all cages have bars. My name is Eleanor Hale, and I'm sitting alone in a wooden rocking chair, watching rain slide down the glass like it's trying to escape the sky. I suppose this is the part where people expect regret, tears, confession. But this story isn't about pity. It's about survival. Because when I was 21 years old, I married a man old enough to be my father. A man the town admired, envied, trusted. And they were all wrong. His name was Richard Caldwell. He was 53. He owned half the buildings downtown. He wore tailored suits and spoke softly, the way men do when they expect to be obeyed. People called him refined. They called him generous. They called him a catch. What no one ever called him, because no one ever saw it, was dangerous. But I did. I saw it before the wedding. I just didn't understand it yet. I should have run the moment my wedding dress stopped fitting. Not because I was dieting. Not because I was excited. Because fear eats differently. The dress was ivory silk, hand-stitched by a seamstress in Savannah, who had worked on debutante gowns and mayors' wives. Tiny pearls ran down the back, catching light like dew on spider webs. 3 months before the wedding, it fit perfectly. On the wedding day, it didn't. The bodice sagged. The sleeves slipped. The waist had to be pinned. I had lost 14 pounds. My mother said it was nerves. Everyone said that, but I knew better. Fear had been hollowing me out quietly, bite by bite. That morning, I stood in my childhood bedroom, staring at a stranger in the mirror, pale, too thin, wrapped in silk she hadn't earned. My mother fluttered behind me, adjusting pins, talking too much. "Sweetheart, you're just anxious," she said. "All brides are." I wanted to tell her about the phone calls that stopped when I answered, about the way Richard's smile never reached his eyes, about the magazines hidden behind locked drawers, about the things he whispered when he thought I was asleep. Instead, I smiled. because I was already learning how to lie. If someone had asked me that morning whether I wanted to get married, I would have said yes. If someone had asked me whether I felt safe, I would have said nothing. The church was full, so full it felt like it was watching me. 300 guests, cameras flashing, men in dark suits, women fanning themselves with programs. Richard stood at the altar, silver hair immaculate, hands folded like he was waiting for something he already owned. I walked down the aisle on my father's arm, each step heavier than the last. The music sounded wrong, too slow, too final. When the preacher asked if anyone objected, I stopped breathing. I waited. I prayed for someone to stand, for someone to save me, for someone to see what I couldn't yet name. No one did. Forever hold your peace. Forever. The word settled over me like dirt. I didn't say I do because I wanted to. I said it because I didn't know how to say I don't out loud. When Richard slid the ring onto my finger, it felt heavier than it should have. A diamond meant to impress. A circle meant to close. He kissed me, and his lips tasted like tobacco and secrets. Everyone applauded. The lie was complete. That night, as our car pulled away from the reception, Richard took my hand and traced the ring with his thumb. "You made me very happy today," he said. I stared into the dark countryside rushing past and wondered, is this what drowning feels like? Because somewhere deep inside me, a voice whispered the truth I wasn't ready to hear. I had just married a man who didn't love me. He owned me. And I would not understand the cost of that mistake for nearly 60 years.